Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Here are 6 Kingdom beauty tips. So the first one is be unique. Be yourself. You don't have to be like what they tell you to be. They might criticize you, mock you, and you might feel like you don't belong. But just stand in your uniqueness. Be yourself. They might say that you need to be like this, you need to do what I'm doing. Think for yourself. Have your own identity. God has made you unique. Live your life and do what God has called you to do. Whatever's going on in your heart, what's in your mind, that intuition, be discerning of what God wants you to do and, step into it. You might look different, it might stand out, but you'll feel good and authentic and confident because you're just being your unique self. And the second one is say no to cliques. You don't have to fit in, you don't have to, have this can't sit with us mindset. We all have a right to have a voice, have a purpose, and if you're different, unique, you don't need to be part of a clique. They might try to ridicule you and say, "Oh, I'm not supporting you." Don't. It doesn't matter who supports you, as long as God is there with you, supporting you. You're gonna be okay. If God supports you and you feel authentic, you feel like you're being confident in yourself, and you're being real, you're being happy, you're trying to heal, you're trying to grow. That's all that matters. You don't need to be part of a clique. We're all different. We're all different human beings. If they can't accept you for who you are, there's always room for improvement. There's always room to improve and help yourself. But if they're trying to ridicule you and criticize you, nitpick and pick you apart and try to say, you know what, you need to fit in, you need to be part of this group, or we won't support you. You don't need their support. So the third one is be an independent thinker. Everyone has their own opinions. They have their own rules for themselves. They don't want to go to if you don't want to listen to certain music, don't do it. If you have certain hobbies that you love doing and they say it's not right, and they just have their own way of thinking things and doing things, and they have their way of living. You can be independent thinker. You can think for yourself. You can say, you know what, this doesn't bother me. I don't mind doing it as a Christian. I don't mind having that hobby. I don't mind listening to that music or having certain hobbies or different things you do. And when it comes to going out, going certain places, your walk is with God, and you need to be independent thinker. Because if you just start being like other people, you're lost and you don't know yourself. You're just following people and you haven't got a mind of your own. You need to have a mind of your own. God has made you unique, and it's time for you to step into what God has called you to do. And everyone has their ideas and opinions, but you need to be an independent thinker. You need to think for yourself and have your own opinions and have your own values. So be an independent thinker. And the fourth one is be discerning. Be discerning. Know when things are genuine and when it's not. Some people are very egotistical. They're egotistic and they just want fame. They're obsessed with power, and they don't mind knocking your self-esteem down to get it. If they can't get credit for your success, they just pretend you don't exist because they are just not, they really are just seeking attention and fame, and when they see you have that, they get jealous, they get envious, and sometimes you feel like, oh, let me be the bigger person, be nice to them. They're insecure, they're weak and passive, let me just be nice to them. But sometimes that can make them suck out your energy, they could drain you out, and they can move the goalposts because they're jealous. They will move the goalposts because they're jealous of you, and they'll dangle the carrot and make it hard for you, and then you wonder why you're not growing because they had to make up lies. That's how desperate they are. They'll make up lies about you because they're desperate. They can't face their jealousy, so they have to make up lies about you in their head about they have to make you be a bad person in their head because they can't admit their jealousy, so they have to make you look like a bad person. So be careful. Know when to distance yourself and discern when to walk away, because if someone's under the influence of the Jezebel spirit or religious spirit, or they're just jealous, you need to know when to walk away. If it's for your safety. It's not about being a rebel. It's not about being weak or being a rebel. It's about your life. You want to make friends. You want to be able to collaborate and make friends. But if someone's jealous of you, they're gonna hinder that growth. They're gonna make things hard for you. And you have to ask yourself: is it worth staying if someone's gonna be jealous of you? And the last one is know when to be quiet. Learn to be observant, learn to observe. Because if you talk too much, then you look like the hater, you look like the bully, you look like the person that's a Jezebel. if you just talk too much. You know, there's certain things in life that happen and you're like, why is this happening to me? Like, there's so much thing I could have got myself in so much trouble if I just reacted to every single thing that happened. If I just reacted and talked a lot. I look like a rebel right now. And maybe I do right now because someone can make up lies, but when you know you're quiet and you're observant, you learn a lot and you don't burn bridges and you feel proud of yourself. So when you have self-control, you know when to be quiet and you know when to just observe, journal. Journal your thoughts. Instead of talking too much, just journal how you feel and talk to God how you feel about certain situations, because that helps as well not to open your mouth too much. Even if you had a valid reason, all the things that happen to your life, all that things that happen to you, it's validated, but when you know when to be quiet and talk to God about it, it helps you so much, and you can just be observant and know what to do, and can pick up things a lot more when you're just quiet and observant. So hope that helped. If you need any counselling or coaching or prayer requests or any other inquiries, feel free to email me. Thank you for listening.